All right, little bro, you've gone true no contact with your ex. You're wondering if she's gonna reach out to you. And while you're wondering that, you're going to want to build yourself. And part of that is wondering, what are the biggest mistakes that most people make when they go no contact thinking that it's actually okay to do? So let's jump straight into number one. Number one, people expect timed results. In other words, they expect no contact to work in 30 days. It seems to be everyone's magic number is, I will go no contact 30 days. And then by the end of 30 days, she'll miss me and she'll reach out. And if she doesn't, that means she's over me and I'll move on. It's like, okay, hold up. All right, back up. That does not usually happen. Usually exes reach out within a few weeks to a few months. So you putting an arbitrary timeline based on how you feel means absolutely nothing compared to how she feels when she's ready to do things. And by the way, this sort of thinking is what leads women to feel trapped inside of a relationship whenever you say, no, we're gonna fall in love on this timeline, on this exact date, and you're gonna reach out here or I'm done. And it's like, okay. Obviously, and I think if you just sat down and thought about it logically, you know that that's not really how things work, especially when it comes to emotions. Like, you can't plan a month in the future how she's gonna feel about you. Because here's the thing, a month into the future, she might think, yeah, maybe I need to reach out, but I'll give it till this weekend. And you could have just waited another week and then boom, she'd have reached out and you'd been fine. But you're gonna play all these stupid games. You're gonna think, okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach out to her at the end of 30 days because here's another one, she's gonna forget about me. If I don't do something, if I don't text her at least once a month, if I don't post a story aimed at her, if I don't like one of her posts at least once a month, once every 2 weeks, whatever you've got it in your head, she's gonna forget about me. And I'm here to tell you right now, that is not how that works. That's not how longing works. That's not how silence works. Whenever you go no contact with her, you give her space to miss you. The other half of that is you can't still be in that space. You liking things by her, thinking you're gonna reach out after 30 days is still you in her space. You got to go true no contact. Let her go, let her roam, let her be. I'm not saying you have to take her back because like I said, most exes do eventually reach out. It's up to you to take her back when she does. So the first problem here is that you expect timed results based on what you think. And I got news for you, man. And here's the thing that I really wish more guys would understand. I want you to just imagine that you and your girlfriend are normal people. 2 to 3 months after the breakup, you hear that she's in a relationship with another guy. Now here's the deal. 2 months is pushing it, but 3 months is usually pretty solid to say, yeah, if she hasn't been messing around, if she hasn't been talking to other guys or, just being overly promiscuous, then yeah, that relationship that she jumps into at about the 3-month mark is probably legit. And here's the thing, a couple months out from that is gonna be the honeymoon phase. And yeah, maybe she reaches out or maybe she doesn't and she really falls in love with this guy and she really likes this guy, but most relationships end. And then months down the road, maybe even a year later, when things end with him, typically exes will prefer to reach back to someone they felt safe with or familiar with, and that would be you. So yeah, it might take her a year or something like that to reach back out, but that's why I always tell guys, don't burn that bridge, keep working on yourself. I'm not saying you have to take her back at all, but I am saying that there's a high probability if you just go no contact, don't be toxic, don't be doing all these little things trying to get her to ping back out to you or whatever else. Let her go, and odds are she will eventually circle around back to you. And I know you don't like the idea of thinking that, she'd be with another guy and that you'd be somehow her second choice, but here's what guys simply don't understand. They feel like they were second choice after their ex went to another guy and came back to them. But that doesn't make any sense, literally. That would make you the first choice and him the second choice. And so she went to him when she couldn't get to you, and now she wants to go back to the first choice. That would make you the first choice, okay? So I don't really understand that line of thinking there. And again, I'm not saying you have to take her back, but I am saying that the ball will be in your court if you just breathe, okay? Trust in your masculine frame. Trust that she will not find a better man than you. And if you think that she will, guess what? That means you've got room to grow, little bro. And it's okay because all of us do. Me included. So what I do every day, I just try to improve myself a little bit, be a little bit better, make these videos a little bit better. You've got to find your own path as well. And part of that comes from you resting and knowing who you are and where you're going. The 3 biggest mistakes that a person makes during no contact, number 1 was that they expect timed results. Number 2 is that they react to soft pings or breadcrumbs by their ex. You are only allowed to break no contact if you get a direct DM from them. And it could be something like, hey, and it probably would be something low risk like, hey, how are you? How have you been? Don't let that upset you. It's just a low risk text so they don't have to risk their emotions, okay? Feel free to reach out, but they may also soft ping you or breadcrumb you simply like this. They'll like one of your posts. They may even react to a story with a simple LOL, an emoji, something like that. If she reacts to your story, likes a post, whatever, with an emoji, you don't reach out. That's called a soft ping or a breadcrumb. She definitely wants you to reach out, and you should definitely take that as a good sign, but you still shouldn't reach out. Why? Because she's not really fully emotionally invested yet, and that's what you want. You want her emotionally invested enough up to the point to where she risks just a little bit a low risk text right out to you that says hi at the very least. If she's not willing to do that, she is not willing to re-engage with you. But now on the flip side of that, if she does react to your story with an actual message like, haha, I remember that, or that's so cool, or whatever else like that, you can absolutely reply with something very low risk. You don't want to initiate the conversation necessarily. You just want to sort of reply like, yeah, I thought you'd like that, LOL. It's just a little bitty crumb that you're going to give her back so that she knows that she can continue the conversation, because the weight of the conversation has to be fully on her when she reaches back out. Do not carry the conversation. Put it all on her, because that's how you'll know she's either reaching out just to test you, or just because she wants something from you, or if she's actually emotionally invested and wants you back, misses you, still feels something for you, because she'll feel that need to continue the conversation, and you need to let her do that. And the way you let her do that is to simply be polite, neutral, and a bit detached. You're not gonna be cold, you're not gonna be mean, you're not gonna ignore her, but that's how you do it. So out of the 3 biggest mistakes people make during no contact, I would honestly say that this is the biggest one, is that they overreact or react to soft pings or breadcrumbs. And that's all that she has to do. It's such a low risk move to her that she knows with the slightest the slightest action that she takes, she can get you to chase her all over again. It's not good. It repeats the cycle over and over and over and over and over again. Ignore those soft breadcrumbs unless it's an actual message to your DMs that sparks something of a conversation, like a reply to your story with an actual sentence, okay? Number 3, last but certainly not least, is that people do not go true no contact. They're still in their orbit. And I know you've heard me say this 100 times if you've seen my video, but it's so important. People simply don't do it. They think, well, every 2 weeks I watch one of her stories so that she knows that I'm still there. It's like, you've got to go no contact and start it all over again from the time you like a post or view her story or do something like that, because she knows you're still in her orbit, meaning orbiting around her, viewing her, watching her, stalking her maybe. You've got to detach, man. She knows that you're there. And I promise you, there's something about the female psyche. There's something about the feminine there that knows, that can sense when you're still orbiting around her, when she knows she still has you. And the only way you're going to break that is to say, you know what, we're good. I'm not saying you have to give up on her, give up on the idea that she'll reach back out, because like I said, most exes do. But when you go no contact, you need to stop stalking her profile. If you do, you need to stop viewing her, stop rereading your old messages or anything like that. True story, one time I was in no contact and I went to reread our old messages and I accidentally pressed a button that somehow notified her that I was scrolling through the messages. And you guessed it, I had to go no contact all over again. That was, oh my gosh. I felt so embarrassed. I was this close to just asking her to block me, because it was so embarrassing for me, because I was totally found out, like totally found out by that. So learn by my mistakes. Be very careful if you're gonna watch old messages. Don't accidentally read something, okay? Don't accidentally press a button that you're gonna regret. All that being said, the 3 biggest mistakes people make during no contact is, number 1, they expect timed results. Number 2, reacting to soft pings and breadcrumbs. And number 3, not going true no contact. If you are doing all 3 of those things right, then you have taken no contact to a damn near perfect level. And that's the best you could possibly do. This will give you the highest odds, the highest chance of not only her reaching back out to you, but you reconnecting with her again and possibly even winning her back. That is what gives you the best odds. These are your 3 biggest pitfalls that you'll find. Lil bro, you've got this. I've got you, and I'll see you in the next one.